Hey guys, Jarek here. Yesterday I played the Black Ops 3 beta for around 6 hours and I decided to throw together a quick compilation just to talk about the game. First things first, I'm playing it on PC. Black Ops 2 had a fantastic PC port and still has an active PC community. Black Ops 3 thankfully has the same options that Black Ops 2 had, yet all the graphical fidelity options are there. You can turn off mouse acceleration and mouse smoothing, all the things you need. But I do notice there is a little bit of micro stuttering that drives me crazy. It doesn't kill the game, but it's there and it's noticeable. I can confirm this is a widespread issue. My friends have all been saying the same thing. I've been seeing the posts all over Reddit, so I'm sure Treyarch knows and I'm sure it'll be finished. I'm sure it'll be fixed before the game is finished and released. There is still some bugs in the game. It's definitely a beta. This isn't just a demo with the word beta slapped onto it. There's some issues that I'm sure some of you have noticed. The final kill cam's audio is all kinds of messed up. It's actually kind of funny. But I mean, the issues that are in the game don't kill the game. So for the most part, the game is, I don't want to say complete, because they're definitely going to change it before the game comes out a little bit. But for the most part, you can get a feeling for how the game is going to play. Nothing's going to change so drastically that it'll feel like a different game. And for the most part, the PC port, again, it's good. It's of good quality, but there is some micro stuttering, and I hope they fix it before release. I have faith in Treyarch that they will, but do note that this is present in the beta. Alright, so the gameplay. Most of you probably play this on console, so let me just talk about the game. I had some concerns coming into this game. I did not like Advanced Warfare, and I immediately got concerned when I saw that they were bringing back the jetpacks and the boosting. I didn't like Advanced Warfare. I didn't like Advanced Warfare for two main reasons. The first one is that the boosting I just found to be really obnoxious. And I cannot describe how annoying I found it to be. And the reason is because of the way they implemented it into the game. Didn't feel smooth. When you boosted, you just instantly boosted. It was a step down from teleporting. You boosted so quickly that a lot of situations, like someone starts shooting me in the back, I get hit once, and I react quick enough to boost backwards and then just shoot them. To me, that's annoying, and really shouldn't be in the game. It basically rewards people for being more twitchy rather than having good map positioning, which has never really been what Treyarch Call of Duties have been about. They've always been about map positioning. So thankfully, I can say this is not an issue in Black Ops 3. The boost, you can't just boost on the ground out of safety, or out of harm's way into safety. The boosting is a little bit slower. You actually can't really boost in general, you just jump. You jump and you wall run, you can't do much else. You can slide, and that is attached to your boostings, how much you can boost. You have a little bar that shows how much, and it recharges fairly quick. You can see it right there as I wall run, how quick it recharges by default. When you boost, you show up on the radar as a little circle. So there is a little bit of a risk to doing that, but there is a perk that makes your boosting completely silent, because typically it's pretty loud, and takes you off the radar when you boost. That's the one I'm using, so it's pretty useful. In general, it's so much better than Advanced Warfare when it comes to the movement. Everything feels very smooth, easy to control. Very first game in, I was able to wall run without a problem. I didn't feel like I wasn't snapping to the wall properly or anything like that. So all of my concerns about the jetpack being bat have been completely moot. There is no problem with this game as far as movement is concerned. I am actually very happy with this, but leave it to Treyarch to fix a problem that another Call of Duty developer brought into the game. The other reason I didn't like Advanced Warfare was the maps. The maps, to me, there was always about 4 or 5 different ways to get into every single room. Being outside felt like you were always in the open. It just felt like there was no real way to control the map, no real way to get good at the game. It was kind of just a clusterfuck of everyone shooting at everyone, boosting all over the place. It never felt like I could really get that good at the game. Thankfully, again, this is not a problem. Treyarch has fixed this. The maps are your traditional Treyarch-style 3-lane maps. This map is a great example of that. Where I'm standing, there's a lane behind me, mostly to the other end of the map. This is more of a traditional way. You can wall jump over there, and that's probably the safest way to traverse that part of the map. The middle lane is more open like usual. Kind of think, say, Raid in Black Ops 2, how going through the middle was almost suicidal. It's kind of like that. And then the far lane, this is interesting for this map, it's just a wall to wall run to the other side. And you can wall run to a middle section to get to the middle from that far lane. But you know, for the most part, all the maps kind of work this way. Not with the wall running, they all have their own little gimmick. Hunt has a river going through the middle, so you can swim through the middle, and you can kind of go across different lanes, so to say. If I'm losing you, I'm sorry, but Too Long Didn't Read, the maps are fantastic. It's more than what I can say for Black Ops 2 on launch. To be honest, I did not like the launch Black Ops 2 maps. By default, Black Ops 2 maps felt like they were too small, too chaotic. They were designed well, it's just they were too small. So this seems to find a good middle ground between the size of Black Ops 1's maps and Black Ops 2's maps. And they are designed very well. I actually don't dislike any of these maps. I'm very happy with them. So all my concerns as far as bringing back things that Advanced Warfare did, they've been fixed. And a quick note about this kill streak. This kill streak is essentially the Dragonfire. I actually don't remember the specific name. I'm pretty sure it was called the Dragonfire in Black Ops 2. It works basically the same. It can kill you very quickly, but it has very little health. As you can see here, I got unlucky. Someone shot it down very quickly. So yes, again, all the problems that, you know, if you didn't like Advanced Warfare, you can pretty much throw away all your concerns. This game still feels like a Treyarch Call of Duty game. It doesn't feel anything like Advanced Warfare. In my opinion, Advanced Warfare felt more like an Infinity Ward Call of Duty game than anything else, really. So, as far as, you know, it's interesting because every single Black Ops game has felt different from the previous game and has given me something to talk about. I don't think you can really look at Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and go, yep, those are the same games. They look and feel and play so different. Black Ops 1 is almost kind of slow. And this game is, in the same way, it's like that comparison between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It's still Black Ops, but it's different. It doesn't feel like the previous game directly, but you can tell that the same developer is behind it. So I'm happy about that. Let's talk about the weapons a little bit. The sidearms, thankfully, and this was another concern I had about Advanced Warfare. The sidearms in Advanced Warfare were kind of garbage. They weren't very useful. But the sidearms in Black Ops 2 were fantastic. And the sidearms in Black Ops 3, from the little time I've used them, are great. I've really only used one of them, but it felt like, kind of like the TAC-45. It's strong. It's strong, it seems to have some range. So sidearms seem great again. I am very happy about this. Another reason I disliked Advanced Warfare is that the kill streaks felt so underpowered and essentially useless. I didn't ever feel like I really needed to go for them, and that was one of the biggest reasons I stopped playing Advanced Warfare. To be honest, the main reason I play Advanced Warfare, not Advanced Warfare, but the main reason I play Call of Duty games is to get those highest kill streaks. There's something incredibly rewarding about getting the highest kill streaks and staying alive for the longest time possible, and just having your kill streak wreck everything. It may be cheap, it may not really take a lot of skill once you've thrown out those kill streaks because they're doing all the killing for you, but it took a while to get there, and it's so satisfying, so very satisfying. But the kill streaks in Advanced Warfare were just terrible. They were not fun. They didn't kill anything, and they were really easy to take down, so I didn't like any of them. Thankfully, in this game, not the case. The Hellstorm missile you just saw right there, it's been fixed a little bit. I don't want to say fixed, because that implies there was something wrong with it. I think it's been kind of buffed. In my experience, I don't think you can make it go any faster. If you press the aim button, you will lock onto targets, and if I understand this correctly, if that person has that square, it's not really a square, it's more like a hexagon, an octagon, whatever it is, around them, then it will lock onto them, and it will kill them, unless they go inside. So, it's better. The kill streaks in this game, from the little experience I've used, have been absolutely amazing and fantastic, and they've been pretty much just like Black Ops 2 kill streaks. A lot of the Black Ops 2 kill streaks are back, the RC car is back, you just saw that Dragonfire looking thing earlier is back. You know, the Hellstorm missile is back. So a lot of the things are back, if slightly reworked. But thankfully, they're great. I ended up getting they call it a GI unit in a care package. And that thing was amazing. That it felt like that was the third highest kill streak. It wasn't the highest too, it was the third highest. But it definitely has no problem killing anything that goes anywhere near it. It was really amusing. So essentially it is a self-controlling robot. You can tell it to follow you and just kind of walk around you, or you can tell it to just parole and go kill anything. It doesn't matter whether it's near you or not, which is what I told it to do. It seems like it does a lot of health and does a lot of damage. So if you see it, run away. It reminds me of that little I don't know what they call it. I forgot the name of it. The little tank robot thing in Black Ops 2 it could patrol on its own. But it seemed better than that one. Because I was getting kills left and right with it. That thing was pretty amazing. So, Too Long Didn't Read, kill streaks are amazing again. Thank God. Alright, so let's talk about stuff that I don't like in this. Because, to clarify, none of these things are game-breaking, and I am loving the game so far. But there are things, and there's always going to be things that you don't like in games. And let me rant about them a little bit. So, the whole specialist thing, this is entirely new to the Call of Duty franchise. They brought this in. You essentially have... I want to compare it to MOBAs where there are different characters with certain abilities. What I'm currently using right now, I forgot her name, but she has a armor ability. These specialist abilities are complete bullshit. I do not like any of them in any way whatsoever. The one I'm using especially is the most amount of cheese I've ever seen in my life. So essentially the armor, I was about to call it an armor ability. That's almost what these are. It's like they didn't learn from Halo. The ability I have gives me armor for a short period of time. I want to say it's like around 10 seconds, where I am literally invulnerable if I get shot by it. And I use it right here. This guy actually shoots me with this, which is supposed to be a one-hit kill, doesn't kill me, doesn't do anything, I'm fine. You are impervious unless someone shoots you in the head, and I think the neck as well. So essentially, any body shots, you'll do no damage. If someone shoots you, you still flinch, but no damage is being done. You can completely bail out of any situation where you should have died. This is why I don't like them. It adds this element of one-hit kill bullshits for the most part, or things that you just could not account for. Now, the way Treyarch tried to balance this in, they essentially went, alright, so we'll make it so that you know what happened, but the problem is you know what's happening as it's happening and not before it's happening. Like, that guy right there just used a ground pound. That's an example of a one-hit kill bullshit. That has a huge amount of range around it. I want to say a good 15-20 feet near him, you'll die. It's probably closer to 15, but it will kill you if you're anywhere near him and you have full health. There's another one, the crossbow, which, you know, it's an explosive crossbow, which will instantly kill you. What you're seeing right now is someone using the radar ping. When you have a red outline around you, that essentially means someone has something that is a radar. It will show up anyone near you. It's Promethean vision. That's exactly how it works, is Promethean vision. Except for it doesn't show you where the person is on the minimap. So they know where you are, and you just know someone knows where you are, but you don't know where they are. To me, this should never happen. This is completely inexcusable, and really, it doesn't benefit anyone, to be honest. Because if you are the person with it, now that guy knows that you're somewhere around, so they're alert. And you know where they are, so I mean, it helps you. But, it's such a frustrating thing. That's one of those things where, on paper, I look at it and I go, what fucking idiot thought this was a good idea? It should never be in the game. I really don't like specialists in any way whatsoever. There's tons of examples of these things that you can't account for. It adds an element of randomness to the game that just feels like more bullshit being added into Call of Duty that didn't need to be there. Which is strange, because for the most part, Treyarch tries to get rid of bullshit in games by getting rid of streaks or perks, like, say, toughness is gone in this game. Thank God. I'm happy about that, but they add in stuff like this. Alright, so this kill streak, I'm going to interrupt myself. This was my first time ever used it, so I didn't really know what I was using, so I crashed it into a wall. That thing is hard to control. It's called the dart, but if you use it correctly, it's fantastic. It will kill in one-hit kill. It's pretty good. Another thing I quickly want to say, sorry for the webcam, the face cam on the top left. I did not realize that it was on the top left. I wanted it to be on the top right, so it's blocking the minimap. From now on, in Black Ops 3, I'll have it on the top right, so I'm aware. My bad. I didn't know when I was recording. This was live recording that I just took my commentary out of so I can add my own in. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Again, specialists, I do not like them. There's a lot of examples I can throw out of just things that shouldn't be in the game. But yeah, next thing, let's talk about guns that I'm not a big fan of. As you see, I'm using the shotguns. Holy crap, shotguns are too strong. You know, I'm having flashbacks to the Remington 870 in Black Ops 2. The main pump action, it feels just like that thing, if anything stronger. I think it's stronger, but slower. I think that's how it works. It's very frustrating. It's the, you shoot someone 3 times and they shotgun you from 15 feet away and you instantly die. I don't like it. I think it needs to be nerfed. I absolutely despise it. Running complete stock with no attachments, I was already thinking it was overpowered. I can't imagine this thing with if long barrel is still in this game. I know laser is still in this game, but I'm not sure if long barrel is still in the game. I can't imagine it with that. That'd be crazy. Suppressors. So, in my experience with suppressors, they make guns completely useless now. I don't know the stats behind this, and I do not know... I really don't know how this works, to be entirely honest. The suppressors, when I tried to use them with a shotgun or a SMG, made it feel like they did less damage, and I don't even mean in the usual Call of Duty way of making the damage drop off sooner. It just felt like it straight up did less damage. So I ended up taking them off all SMGs and saying it's useless. So I don't know, I think suppressors got a pretty big nerf. It seems like suppressors are fine for assault rifles. I used them for a little bit on one assault rifle. Again, I can't really say much more about that, but... Oh man, I got a lot of experience with suppressors on SMGs and shotguns, and in my experience, I couldn't do a single thing. I was getting hit markers for days, and people would not die. So I really hope this isn't the case, but... if it is the case, I want them to bring back the way suppressors were in Black Ops 2. Because I don't see any reason why you should nerf them. That's just stupid. The damage model in this game, you know, it's typical Call of Duty damage model. You die in roughly around 3 shots. I've been seeing people complain about this on the internet a lot, as people typically do, saying you die too quickly in Call of Duty, and I cannot disagree anymore. I actually much prefer it if people die faster rather than people dying slower. For example, in Battlefield 3, assault rifles take 4 shots to kill. In Battlefield 4, they lowered the damage from 25 to 24.5. That 0.5 bit of damage made the assault rifles go from 4 hit kills to 5 hit kills. This is so very frustrating to me. It just usually means, oh, you can light somebody up and they don't die. You shouldn't have to shoot someone more than 2 or 3 times to kill them. To me, that's what I want. I'm happy with Call of Duty's damage models with the guns. That's the way it should always be to me in a Call of Duty game. And the reason I'm okay with it in a Call of Duty game, or at least a Treyarch Call of Duty game, and that's the radar ping I was talking about earlier. That should never be in a game. You can see people through walls. It's so stupid. But in a Treyarch Call of Duty game, it's much more about map positioning and knowing how to approach. It's less about twitch shotting when it comes to Treyarch. It's more about traversing the map and getting the drop on the other person. Which is why it's just absolutely silly when I can get up behind a person, put 3 bullets into them not be dead, and have them just 180 shotgun me. To me, that should just simply never happen. So, I would much prefer it if the damage model was low. Alright, SMGs. SMGs in Black Ops 2 were king. They were the best guns. I don't want to say best guns in the game, but they were the most... you could use them in the most amount of situations. That game was fast-paced, and it really rewarded people for just a better way, basically getting up close to people. It rewarded people for approaching properly and hip firing and sprinting all over the place. It rewarded people that played fast. So SMGs were the way to play. In this game, that doesn't seem to be the case. In this game, it seems like assault rifles are better, and oddly enough, the pacing in this game seems slower than Black Ops 2. Now, people tend to think faster is always better. That's not always the case. I personally thought Black Ops 2 was a little too fast. As far as the pacing goes for a Call of Duty game, it felt kind of awkward. In this game, I felt like they hit a perfect pacing between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It's not as slow as Black Ops 1, but it's not as fast as Black Ops 2. I love it. Oh, and as you can see here, this is not one of the highest kill streaks. This is like a medium range kill streak, maybe a lower medium range. It's still fantastic. So, kill streaks are great. What I used next was called the Hater. This is basically the orbital VSAT. You can't really see it because my ugly face is blocking the way. Again, sorry for that. And then lastly, I want to talk about the knife. Oh my sweet god, the knife. So thankfully they fixed the melee. They made it so that if you just melee, you will smack them with the butt of your gun. And it will take 2 hits with your gun to kill someone, unless they're not facing you. You hit them in the back, it'll be a 1-hit kill no matter what. So this is amazing. But you can equip a knife, which will be a 1-hit kill. At first, I was indifferent about this until I saw people running around with knives in games, and I absolutely hate this, and I think it's complete bullshit. And the reason I think it's complete bullshit is because the knife lunge in this game is Commando Pro status. I am not joking when I say this. You lunge a good 5-10 feet to knife people and you instantly kill them. So people are going to be running around with a knife only a lot, and it's going to get really annoying. It's going to be another situation of people running through your bullets, them not dying, and you dying because that knife killed you instantly. It's so frustrating. So in my opinion, they need to nerf the lunge with the melee, because this also works with just regular weapon butt, although I'm kind of indifferent about that, but you can really lunge at people from a far away. It's like they fixed it in Black Ops 2 when it comes to the lunging, just to bring it back, because you don't have the knife with you at all times, and it's to hit melee kill to the face. So this is frustrating. Again, the knife needs a nerf. I do not like this in any way whatsoever. So hey, there's been some Black Ops 3. Thanks for listening to me stutter through my opinion about this game. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.